Imagine a bunch of AI bots arguing whether a stock should go up or down, basically like a hedge fund, but ran by AI. We're starting to see more of this. You'd think that it's just a joke, but the crazy part is it somewhat behaves like a real team. And today I'm going to look at something called TradingAgents, an open source Python project that's gaining a lot of attention because it simulates a trading firm, but using AI. Quick warning, this is not financial advice, it's just a sandbox for developers who want to experiment with AI workflows. We have videos coming out all the time, be sure to subscribe. What's interesting here is TradingAgents isn't one smart bot. It's a whole lineup because each agent has a job and they don't always agree. You've got things like a fundamentals analyst that goes through company financials, a sentiment expert to scan social media, news watchers, a technical analyst that looks at charts, and then you got two agents whose job is to argue between bullish and bearish. This spins up a team of specialized AI agents using your choice of model like GPT-4 or another one. Now, under it all, it's built on LangGraph for multi-agent flow. And then it pulls data from places like Yahoo Finance and AlphaVantage. It's super modular and it's geared for stocks, but yes, I think you could sneak crypto into it, just not ETFs. And again, guys, this is simulation only, but you could play this out on a demo account, track your moves, and see how it performs. Now let me do a quick demo. You'd expect something like this to take forever to set up, but it was actually really fast. The setup was straightforward and I got it going in no time. First, I cloned the repo from their GitHub page. Then I made a conda environment with Python 3. I installed the requirements file, and then I added my OpenAI and AlphaVantage API keys. I was done in like under 2 minutes. You don't need OpenAI because you could also use Anthropic, Google, or other ones as well. Now, I really did like the CLI mode here because it was simple. It was just fun to play with. First, you run the main script in your terminal. I was looking at a stock that performed well in 2025, so I chose Hilton with HLT. I dropped in a date, and then you can choose which type of analyst you want, things like market, social media, news, fundamentals, but I'm just going to opt in for all of them for deeper research. You can then choose how deep you want the research to go, and then choose your LLM and which two models you want to run it on. And this is where it gets fun, because instead of one model dumping an answer, the agents start working together like an actual team, which is pretty cool to see behind the scenes. You're going to see things like fundamentals crunch earnings, the sediment pools news and social media, and then the technical analyst runs all that technical stuff like RSI, MACD. Then this debate kicks off. So bullish argues the upside, bearish calls out the risk. And at the end, you're going to get trade recommendations like buy or sell, plus the reasoning behind it. So right here, you can see the final conclusion they all came to based on the data they found. Now, all this ran in the CLI, but if you want to make changes, you can directly affect the Python scripts. Jump into the main Py file and comes with everything you need as it's already a template. You're going to tweak the default config, maybe swap for a deep model if you want that, and you can set the number of debate rounds as this will give you a deeper analysis, but it's going to call that API a lot more, so it's going to be more expensive. Then you can run it on a ticker and a date. You don't need to use the CLI, then you can just use the script and it will execute set stock on its own. Now, this is the part that people don't expect. You might run the same exact thing twice. You're going to get different results. It might not always be the same, but if I rerun it, you might get a twist because it's non-deterministic. Also, API calls cost money. OpenAI tokens, they add up. This is no different. There are definitely more cons than pros here because this isn't something I'd bet money on, but let's just start with the good. This project is a win if you're building or learning multi-agent systems. It's insanely modular for playing with AI agents. That's cool. It teaches collaborative AI systems, which if you're working with that, also nice. It's open source, which means you can scale it, and it's perfect for risk-free backtesting. Don't bet money on it. Now, on the other side, because there is one, the cons are there. It chews through APIs like crazy. It's going to rack up your tokens. You can see how many times I've ran mine. Results aren't consistent every time. You're limited by external data and rate limits, and it's more stock tuned than ETFs and everything else out there. So it's not hardened for any type of real world production yet, but I think we can kind of see where things could be going. Now, the big picture here, this kind of system could end up inside everyday tools for quant devs, or even apps like Robinhood one day. So if you're a developer, here's what might matter to you. We know agent frameworks are blowing up, so if you learn how to build and control systems like this now, you're still early. Experiment, break it, rewire it, play with it. It's open source, but always do your own digging. So yeah, trading agents is fun to play around with if you're into AI, but nothing here is going to mean you should use it as financial advice. Have some fun with it, and we'll see you in another video.